there, this is Jesse, Pickett Street Properties, and Dennis, Pickett Street Properties. And today we want to talk about what?
Well, we've had a few successes this last week.
Yeah, I closed a 2-position lien short sale with Bank of America. That was post-bankruptcy. And that one, I've talked about in several other videos, but basically, I think they stopped paying 4 years ago. At least.
Wait, okay. 4, as in 4 years ago.
I think it was 4 years ago. I think they moved out 3 years ago. They filed bankruptcy, and they kind of thought they included those liens in the bankruptcy, and they thought that was that. Which isn't the case. I mean, even if you go through bankruptcy and you get those liens discharged off, out of your name, the title is still in your name. And so we actually did a short sale because the bank was not foreclosing fast enough, and I listed it, and it was closed 2.5 months later, which is pretty exceptional for a 2-position post-bankruptcy lien. And actually, there was an HOA lien and a water lien behind it. So there's 4 liens on this property listed and closed in 2.5 months.
That's awesome.
And what's funny is I did another video where an agent called me and wrote up a backup offer, and she challenged me that I told her I would have approval shortly on the first offer that we'd received, and that her offer would not be considered, and she said it was highly unlikely that I would have an offer approved by the bank within such a short amount of time. And it was literally 1 week to the day that we had that conversation that I had approval. So
I love proving people wrong.
And I called those sellers and let them know about the closing, and it's tough to celebrate a short sale closing, but these people were genuinely happy because they can now move on in life. They can move on to the next thing, which is, this was something that was keeping them from moving on. There are timelines that start once the short sale process is ended, like being able to buy your next home 2 years from the anniversary date of your short sale.
Right.
And now that starts for them. So.
Well, and I think that's a really important point. Just basically, a short sale is essentially kind of like a time where everything starts over. It's similar to a divorce. It's kind of got the same legal and financial ramifications of a divorce in terms of allowing people to start their lives over again.
Exactly. So, anyway, again, our ability to get these things closed is improving even more.
Right.
4-position lien, post-bankruptcy, short sale, listed right around the first of the year and closed in the middle of March. And so allowing for that, they took all 30 days to close that transaction for the most part. And they had already done the inspection and everything. So that was one where I had approval in 6 weeks.
So what kind of contributions did the seller have to make on that one?
0.
And so was the buyer willing to cover anything that happened in that? What happened there?
Yeah, the buyer actually ended up covering all of the water lien and the water bill, which was about $2,200. And
wow.
They covered all of the HOA lien and HOA bill, which was also about $2,200.
So what would make a buyer in today's market where the belief is that they're supposed to be getting a screaming deal, what would make them willing to cover that?
Well, it's about pricing the home appropriately, and knowing that it had these challenges, I priced it at the bottom of the market at a price that I could justify, but low enough that a buyer would see the value.
So a delicate balance there. You got to actually make sure it's going to appraise, that the bank's going to approve the numbers, and the buyer's willing to do it.
Yep, and but you know what? We've done a few of these at this point, and by a few I mean that we've closed over 132 transactions last year. We're closing around between 10 to 15 transactions per month.
Right. And
so we're operating on a little bit higher level, and I think that gives our sellers a lot of confidence that we can see them through this process. So.
Well, I think something we should maybe say to that is, you'll notice we're a little different surroundings today. We're actually down here with our friends in Arizona, where we've learned an awful lot on short sales, and we're back paying a visit to them, and I want to give a shout out to our friends in Arizona.
4610 what?
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.